For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everyone, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about Budhaditya Yoga. You might have heard about this famous combination which happens when Sun and Mercury are together in anybody's case. If you have this combination, what kind of results you can expect with respect to your personality, your life, your education, your career in general. We are going to discuss all those things when this combination happens in different zodiac signs. So all 12 zodiac signs we are going to cover, and the results you will see, they will vary from person to person depending on the zodiac sign in which they are sitting. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, go on this website. The link is given in description. So we are going to talk about Budhaditya Yoga. Buddha means Mercury and Aditya means Sun. So whenever Sun and Mercury are together, it is considered as one of the auspicious good yogas in Jyotish. And this is frankly very common yoga to see, because most of the time Sun and Mercury are very close to each other. But you have to judge its strength. Now, in order to see the strength, you have to take certain things into account. First of all, Sun and Mercury, if they are together, Mercury should not be combust. By combust, I mean that it should not be less than 5 degrees, within the range of 5 degrees with Sun. If it is less than 5 degrees, because Mercury is a planet which has more or less affinity to be close with Sun. So we don't take as a natural combustion zone for that. So Mercury has capability to deal with the fire of Sun more as compared to other planets. So if it is, let's suppose if it is beyond 5 degrees also, we can take that yes, Mercury can function well. But if it is less than 5 degrees with Sun, Mercury will lose its strength and you will not find the appropriate expected results of this combination, because the strength of this combination will be lost. Another point you have to see is the ascendant Lord and Moon. Ascendant Lord and Moon, if they are also not well placed or making bad yogas in the chart, then also the strength of the chart, entire chart goes down. So other planets lose the capability to give expected results. So then also the strength loss is seen. But if let's suppose Sun and Mercury are together, they are forming yoga. This yoga happens in Kendra houses or in Trikona houses, or they are together with Kendra or Trikona lords, and at the same time, as I mentioned, Mercury is not totally combust within 5 degree range, and at the same time Moon and ascendant Lord are good, then it means that this yoga will be considered very favorable, will have strength also in order to give tremendous results in life. So we are going to start with first situation, that is when Sun and Mercury are together in yoga and they are sitting in fire signs. So fire sign, I mean that they are in Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. So if they are in any of these three signs, they are in fire signs. So first of all, what kind of results we can see? Now see, first of all, in fire signs, Sun is more powerful than Mercury. So Sun is exalted in Aries, Leo is the own sign of Sun, and Sagittarius again is a fiery sign, which is the sign of Jupiter, and Jupiter and Sun are friends. Jupiter and Sun are friends. So it means that Sun is leading this conjunction if it is happening in fire signs. So the properties of Sun will be enhanced and Mercury's properties will help the Sun to achieve its goal. So first of all, what we can see is that it makes person quite ambitious. Generally also this makes person quite ambitious no matter what sign it is, but in fire signs the intensity will be high. So it makes person quite ambitious, independent, self-respect and dignity matters very much to the person. It also gives a lot of self-confidence, self-esteem, makes person competitive, gives courage and fighting ability, relentlessness. No matter what, person does not give up until they achieve what they aimed for. And second, it makes person more action oriented, more tough, more belief that I am right. Okay, and this can be good or bad also, like believe that what I am setting my aim to, I know I can achieve it. So that is a good thing. But sometimes it can also bring a false belief that you are always right. So that it is a twofold situation. So it can either function well or it can also go on the negative side, where we say that person thinks that they are always right, and other people, if they have contrary views to your thinking, then you think that they are wrong. So that is another point, but main thing here is that it makes person more stubborn, and stubborn by mean that positive sense of stubbornness, where if you have set your mind to something, you're never not gonna budge, you're not gonna leave until and unless you have materialized your goal. Also, it makes person somewhat controlling, egoistic, arrogant. It gives you a sense of domination, which functions really good in professional life, but in personal life it creates problems. So in personal life, this kind of attitude can create troubles in relationships, but in professional life it gives you leadership skills, good decision making. It also gives a person high ideals and morals, sense of duty, commitment, and responsibility. And it also gives an attitude where person likes to be appreciated. They get appreciation also. It is a very good situation for being accomplished in life, having power, authority, status, name, reputation, or success in life. A very suitable combination if it is happening in these signs. But at the same time, it also creates a situation where you are getting appreciation. That is a good thing, but social validation becomes important. Even though person pretends that it does not matter to them, it will matter. But to handle criticism become a very big challenge. So in this case, if somebody genuinely criticizes you, in these zodiac signs, Mercury is not able to deal with that properly. So it appreciation very good. If somebody is criticizing, they become the enemy. So that kind of problem can be seen. Another thing, it makes person crave more for power and authority rather than money. So some people are driven more by money and wealth. Some people are driven more by power and authority. So in this case, because these fire signs are supportive for more power, status and authority and position, so they give that also to the person, but they are supportive for bringing that inherent desire or ambition to have them. Then at the same time, it also makes person more self-made. No matter what your family background is, because Sun is your father. So if Sun is well placed, 9th house is strong, it also shows that it is a good placement, where your father might also have been a good accomplished person in your life. But no matter what kind of family background you come from, it gives a inherent desire that no, I have to make a name for myself. I cannot depend on my family's contributions to be known by them. I need to make my own identity, my own name in the world, so that people know by me what I have done, what I have accomplished. So that kind of self-worth, self-made approach can be seen. And it also shows high influence of father on personality and particularly thinking. Mercury is your thinking. So, and it gives good relation with father. No matter some ego clashes can be seen, but in this case, if other yogas are fine, 9th house is good. It shows a heavy influence, positive influence of father upon the personality. Then it also gives aspect where it is excellent situation for education and learning and intelligence, because Sun is exalted, Mercury if it is good, then and you have to see 5th and 9th house, which are good for education, main controllers. So it is a situation, very favorable situation for performing well in academics. It gives good intelligence levels. Then at the same time, it gives natural interest or curiosity towards knowing things. That can also be seen. But ultimately using the knowledge to become something. There are certain people who are just curious. For them, learning only matters. Most of the time in this case, it fetches a person with the attitude that okay, learning is important, education is important, but I need to reach some level, material level with that education, by using that education, rather than just only being more curious and more loving towards knowing the things. That is separate. So that is another point. But it is an excellent situation for bringing career growth, material progress, name and status and respect in society. It can create troubles in relationships, as I mentioned, because of the control, domination, ego and arrogance and anger sometimes, or a stubborn approach. But in general, it is excellent situation for performing very well in professional world. So these are the general results of fire signs. Now we talk about Sun and Mercury together in earth signs. Earth signs means Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you will see Mercury at power, then Sun, because Mercury first of all rules Virgo, then Taurus and Capricorn are friendly signs for Mercury rather than for the Sun. So Mercury will be at more strength in these zodiac signs than Sun. So in this case, Earth means the material world, the world which we are living in. So in this case, particularly in Virgo and Capricorn, actually in all of them, but specifically in Virgo and Capricorn, Sun Mercury conjunction can make person more rational, logical, intelligent, detail oriented, observant, and person who has material ambitions like I want wealth, status, reputation, and to become something. So that is seen, as I mentioned, the ambition is seen in all four zodiac signs, but in these two, like in earth signs and fire signs, it is much more profound. Then it also makes a person at the same time, you will find that material progress is important for feeling sense of self-worth, because Sun is your ego means who am I, is there any sense of self-worth within me? That is Sun. So Sun and Mercury, whenever they are in these zodiac signs, they give more material orientation in order to feel more fulfilled from within, that okay, I have done something worthwhile in my life, I have achieved something in my life, and that gives a sense of self-worth to the person or some kind of satisfaction. No matter it is temporary most of the time, because here it gives continuous ambitions until and unless a person is not very much spiritual, which is less likely to see in these zodiac signs. But the point here is that it gives continuous material growth and progress, and that becomes a driving force for feeling stable, for feeling worthy, for feeling accomplished, for feeling confident. So that kind of thing can be seen. Then at the same time, it also gives a practical, skeptical, smart, clever approach to deal with the things, very good decision making, and also makes person quite good at communication. So very favorable for expressing your ideas with people, a style of communication which is impressive, which is persuasive in nature. So and also makes person quite resourceful. That is also another good thing. Particularly in Taurus, specifically, it can make person more creative, more social, more imaginative, and give a sense of humor, fun, charm, smooth talking approach, very impressive style, and some tendency to show off that okay, this is who I am and I know certain things. That kind of thing can be seen. But it is good for like Taurus is natural zodiac sign for money. So it gives a good understanding of money flow and how the business is run, or how the world works, the real world knowledge that can be seen. So these are the good aspects of Sun and Mercury in Taurus. Sorry, not in Taurus, in earth signs. And this is a very excellent situation for being in financial sector, means banking, financial service, insurance, audit, account, tax, management, and economics. And it is also very favorable for creative professions, creative and artistic. So it can be performing arts, speech related areas, education sector, or a law, field of law can be seen. Management I already told. So these are the fields for which particularly Sun and Mercury in these signs can be considered very excellent. In fire signs also, again, fire signs, Sun and Mercury can give excellent situations in management, leadership, administrative job roles, law and governance, and politics. So that is one point for them. Now we'll talk about air signs. Now in air signs, again, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Mercury will be powerful as compared to Sun, because Mercury is comfortable in all these three signs, but Sun is debilitated in Libra and very uncomfortable in Aquarius. So you have to see placement of Saturn and Rahu for placement of Sun and Mercury in any of these three signs. If it is in Gemini, it will already be good, but in Libra and Aquarius, you have to see the placement of Saturn, Venus, and Rahu. So Saturn, Venus, and Rahu, if they are good, then it means this yoga will give suitable results. But in general, what we can see, it makes person excessively logical, street smart, realistic, clever, diplomatic, and a very resourceful, skilled person. But in this case, it makes person more what you can say street smart rather than book smart. It does not focuses more on the part where I am learning through certain colleges or textbooks. That is separate. It gives you a real world knowledge, real world experience, real world understanding of the things, how they work, rather than only knowing that, okay, this is what I have been taught. So that kind of thing can be seen. Then it is an excellent situation for bringing a lot of foresight, detail orientation, keen observation, tact, diplomacy, analytical, scientific approach to things. And person always thinks a lot before taking any actions. And most of the time, if as I mentioned, this yoga is functioning good, then the decision will be right. So decision making capability is good. It also makes person quite distrusting, because person is very much rational. So rationality makes person realize that you cannot trust anybody. You have to trust your instincts, your knowledge, your skills, what you know for certain. You cannot trust anybody just like that. So it makes person a very good businessman. This is a very good situation for being a self-employed person or entrepreneur or a businessman. It gives a good sense of business acumen. Excellent, because all the traits which are required, logic, reason, calculation, resourcefulness, opportunism, strategy, tactful approach, and a material ambition, because in this case material ambition will be more towards money rather than power. So in this case it is an excellent situation for being a businessman. If you have other combinations, Mercury and Sun in these zodiac signs can make person a good successful business person as well. Next point here is that it gives plenty of material desires. As I mentioned, more focus towards money and wealth and luxuries and pleasures and having your own setup and business growth, rather than to sit in some power and authoritative position like being a bureaucrat or being a politician or being any managerial person. Not like that. It can give you that is separate, but most likely it gives a natural tendency that, okay, if I am dealing in a corporate setup, I am dealing in a business setup, I am more comfortable rather than dealing in that kind of setup where I am working under somebody. So that kind of thing can be seen. Then it also is an excellent situation for bringing very good communication skills, where person is able to attract, impress and persuade anybody. So it gives a tendency to lie and manipulate also, because, but it is a very suitable situation for bringing this ability to communicate. Then if this and also it is it makes person quite social, quite social, where I'm not saying you can have friends, but most likely people whom you know, from whom you know that, okay, they can help me in my profession also. So that kind of network circle can be seen. Then this placement is very favorable for, as I mentioned, for business, for science, for technology, for engineering, for IT industry, electronics, communication, for aviation, aerospace, supply chain, logistics, distribution, operations management, all these fields. For media, mass communication fields, this area is very favorable. Or for aviation sector, for these are some areas for which it is excellent. Now if it is bad, means Saturn, Venus, Rahu are not good, Moon and Ascendant Lord are not good, then this conjunction can create problems. It can give low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-confidence, tendency to leave things incomplete, poor willpower, no good decision making, excessive confusion, selfishness, greed, lies, manipulation, cunningness, deceitful approach, or a person tends to go for more opportunistic, selfish relationships from which they can gain something. So that kind of negative behavior can also be seen, and a very bad moral compass, no sense of right and wrong. So that is negative aspect, of course, which can be given if Jupiter and Saturn, Venus, Rahu are profound and Jupiter 9th house is gone or Moon is bad, then this can be seen. So these are the general results of Sun and Mercury in air signs. Now we'll talk about the last, that is water signs, means Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. If Sun and Mercury are together in these zodiac signs together, then you have to see that water signs are very uncomfortable for Mercury, because in Pisces Mercury is debilitated, Scorpio Mercury is very uncomfortable, and Cancer again Mercury is uncomfortable, less uncomfortable than Scorpio, but yes. So in this case if they are functioning well, I mean that Moon, Jupiter and Mars are well placed, Moon and ascendant Lord is fine, then it can bring very good results. So first of all, it can bring more emotional side. So people who take decision from their emotions and intuition and inner feelings rather than judging everything with facts, logic, data and detail. So that can be seen in other zodiac signs that we discussed. But in water signs, a natural tendency to take decisions from your feelings, from your gut, from your intuition, from your emotional connection and attachment is more profound. Then another thing, it makes person fickle, confused, misdirected, and takes a lot of time to arrive at a decision. So that kind of thing can be seen. But it also makes person more abstract rather than objective, more creative. It is excellent for bringing artistic skills, good imagination, empathy, good sense of emotional understanding, where people, you can know just by their behavior, just by their body language, that what they are feeling, what they are trying to say. So that kind of internal awareness or emotional awareness can also be seen, where person is able to do that. But at the same time, it also can make person somewhat emotionally fragile or hypersensitive sometimes. At the same time, we see more introversion and reclusion rather than being an extrovert. In these zodiac signs, person will, because Mercury is a communication, so feelings are more subdued, more deep thinking can be seen, introversion can be more profound, and tendency to share your thoughts and feelings is with the very less number of people whom you trust. So that can be seen. It can also give more anxiety, mood swings, existential crisis, seeking meaning of life. Is there any purpose in life? That kind of thought process. Then interest in hidden mysterious subjects and things like astrology, occult science, yoga, tantra, philosophy, all those things. Then it makes person more what you can say, a good listener, because Mercury is communication and hearing. So rather than just saying everything what you have in mind, person becomes a good listener rather than a speaker. So it also is very excellent for being a natural listener and a guide or a counselor. So we can see actually it is a very suitable placement for being in healthcare, life science, fitness industries, psychology, medicine, then for all kinds of research and development areas, then for philosophy, for yoga, for religious works, then it is also good for artistic and creative fields, whether it is acting, dance, drama, writing, media, communication, fine arts of all kinds, anything we can see from them. Then here it gives natural trait, or I'll say natural liking towards nature, travel, reading, having meaningful, worthwhile discussions rather than just small talks. Or then same thing can be seen, which person can be seeking for relationships with people, and person likes silence more, isolation more, to be with their ideas and thoughts more rather than just being out in public and surrounded by a lot of people in company. So that kind of thing can be seen. But if this conjunction is happening in these zodiac signs and Moon, ascendant Lord are not good, then what happens? Moon, Jupiter, ascendant Lord are not good, then they can create lot of problems. First of all, they can bring all kind of mental problems, so anxiety, fear, paranoia, depression, psychotic problems, sleep issues, nervous system related problems. Then another point is any troubles related to ear, nose, throat, chest infections, lung infections, problems related to spinal cord and feet, skin, eyes, and so these kind of problems can be seen. Language and learning disorders, people who have troubles in speech, so either stammering or unclear speech can be seen, or it can create learning problems where intelligence levels are low, poor learning capacity, autism spectrum disorders, communication problems, excessive nervousness, that can also be reflected. Poor academics and communication and education can be given by this conjunction if it is bad in the chart. So these are the common results of Sun Mercury only together in all kind of zodiac signs. And if you face any kind of problems, the negative results of this combination which we discussed so far in any of the zodiac signs, I have already made videos like weak sun and remedies for that. It is shown in the card section above, and remedies for anxiety and mental health and confidence. 2 other videos are there. So all these 3 videos are the links are given in description below. They are shown in card section above. Watch them, follow the remedies, practical as well as astrological. If you face any of these issues in your life, the more you will follow, you will see that things are improving quite a lot. So that's all for today regarding Sun Mercury conjunction, the Budhaditya Yoga. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, share it, like it, comment on it. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe below for more. Check on my website and Facebook page and Instagram. Their links are given in description. Otherwise, we'll meet in the next video with some more new topics to discuss. Till then, goodbye and thank you.